Poor people who have dated rich people, what did you learn? Both of the exceptionally rich men I dated were so out of touch with reality. The detail that sticks out is that one of them just didn't know how to talk about anything else. I'd ask him about movies or books or music, and he had no opinions. And I could tell it made him uncomfortable not to have the upper hand in the conversation. I think he thought I was a pretty simple country girl, and was surprised that I had thoughts and opinions, so he'd fall back on asking me variations of if money wasn't an issue, what would you? Just for him to say, well, I could make that happen for you when I answered. Got old real fast. Did not take the rejection well at the end of the night. Huge fat baby man. I dated two dudes with trust funds. I learned no amount of money can make you forget your mommy/daddy issues. Just made me realize how expensive being poor is. They never have debt, never need to look at their balance to see if they can buy food, never pay interest on overdue bills, etc. Grew up poor, now middle class, and at 18 dated a super rich guy. First thing I noticed was the food. Not just quantities, but I also discovered so much food, like oyster, fresh fish, olives, things my parents could never buy. I also had to learn etiquette. My parents brought me up well, I read books all the time, was a decent student and well-behaved kid. But the way his family interacted was so different. I had to learn a lot of unwritten rules that I wasn't aware of. I think in the end what I actually learned was that even though my childhood was rough, the amount of stress of not having enough money has probably impacted me for life. I valued my parents so much more. Once I had seen what life was like for rich people, I was just so proud of my family for making it work with so much less. Those specific people would be helpless in the real world if they lost all their dough. I think this is the reason those types of rich people dislike the poor so much. They subconsciously become aware of their own utter helplessness and unearned entitlement around them, and it scares the ever-loving shit out of them. And fear leads to hate, etc.